Well, I think it's when we talk about Kaiju cinema and that moment in filmmaking, the idea is that at that time, critics could go out and get a camera and get reels of film or short ends of film or Super 16 or 16 millimeter or 8 millimeter and tell their stories. It's not that you can't do that in games, but the language of games is code. And while there are tools like RPG Maker and Twine and things like that that people use, the tools you need are beyond some people, beyond a lot of critics. Like, I'm not going to be coding a game anytime soon. Maybe that's why I'm a consultant instead of a game developer. So but there are things like, then there are games that allow you to make games, things like Little Big Planet, and Microsoft showed Spark and Minecraft and all of these other things. So I think over time, there will be certain tools that will get pushed down to the point like where you could have a critical movement that's sort of akin to that. But, maybe the indie games movement, which is composed of multiple movements, is most akin to what you're talking about. But I think for people coming out of criticism or journalism to make that, and I'm very clear, even as a consultant, but even when I was a journalist, like I don't make games. That's not what I do. I work with game developers and game designers, and the kind of mind that it takes to sort of see what they see and do what they do. And if you look at, and you sort of see some people making the same assertions in film. I mean, look at, Steven Soderbergh recently, had a manifesto and then some subsequent interviews where he's extremely skeptical, and I think appropriately so, of the understanding that critics have of cinema, right? And I think when you look at it through that lens, he's arguing that actually even the extremely, what we would say, not being filmmakers, that the critical language surrounding film is actually extremely impoverished, right? And is anyone going to rise to that challenge? I don't know, but we'll see.